we're going to try and get to some combat tonight from last session as we get back into it. Is everybody set?
Yep.
Howl's ready to die.
All right, great. Well, let's play D&D.
So,
Children.
Hello.
hello, Father.
Last session, Lucian informed the group that there was an ancient wall in the sewers where symbols were written in the long-dead language known as the Verbus Enoch that might shed some light on your current quest. He promised to take you to the wall on one condition, that you accompany him to the king's ball that evening. Party agreed, and after some somewhat comical preparations involving professional dresser, fancy clothes, and the care, the group found themselves in the company of affluent merchants, nobles, and the king and queen of Korth at a very gallant affair. Lucius led the heroes to the front of the receiving line to meet the king and queen, but an eager priest cut him off. Fuming, Lucius waited his turn in line. But a moment later, the priest declared to the king that he was a man called Rocher. The shocked king seemed to recognize him, but before he could make any comment or reply, the priest suddenly began to transform into something awful and terrible. As it grew and ripped through his clothing, a hairy beast that emerged was a massive demonic werewolf. Smaller werewolves transformed from servants throughout the room, and chaos erupted everywhere. That's where we begin tonight. So, we'll get back into the turn order here. I will,
If I recall, I am at the bottom of the turn.
yes, you are. Here's our map. And so just to reiterate, we had Lizzie on top, and then we had werewolf number 3, Hildy, Howl, werewolf number 1 and 2, Kiva, the royals, which the queen that had been just very recently stabilized by Hildy.
You're welcome.
Then we have Dakir, and we have werewolf number 4, the 2 guards, and then the crowd. Oh, and Rocher himself, or the demonic werewolf, was actually at the very top of the turn order. So he actually gets to start us off this evening.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to take a look at our map here and see what will transpire.
It's okay. He has disadvantage on everything anyway.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Well, he actually did from Kiva's crit last time.
That was just, yeah. Actually, it was the last round, yeah.
Yeah.
So that will apply. Okay.
Because I'm cool like that.
Is that why? Remind me, why does Kiva have a dice?
Because Kiva always puts the D10 in that bear.
Is that for stability?
Did we decide they're all fiends, or we don't know it?
Yes. Well, Howl knows, because Howl's doing some meaty crits with his fun new spear.
Well, you know the largest one is a fiend. The other ones you're not quite sure. I don't think you've attacked any of the other ones. Just the.
I haven't.
Yeah, Kyle hasn't.
All I know is Rocher.
Yeah. So.
Rochelle.
And remember, you are still flanking because I'm spawned.
I'm not quite sure who he's pissed off at the most at the moment, so we'll find out. We'll just let that evolve as we go on this evening. And so he's going to take his first attack on Kiva, the bear, a great big bear. It's almost as big as he is, standing right in front of him.
I remember he said that too. He was really mad at.
Furry on furry violence.
Yep. So slashing with
Disadvantage?
at disadvantage, which is lucky because otherwise it would have been a nat 20. Slashing with a claw.
Yeah.
He, I don't think a 13 is going to hit.
It does not, no.
Okay, so good luck there. It's the first claw. Second claw comes, and again, the disadvantage saves you with a 4 instead of a 19.
You know, that doesn't hit either.
And that's going to miss with a 14, I guess.
Oh yeah, plus.
Or will it?
I think that her AC is. Yeah, it hits. 14
Oh, it
the AC
managed to
of the
hit?
bear.
All right, so that's going to do a little bit of claw damage on her. Let's go ahead and get that wound out. Where's all my d8s? Okay, so we're dealing with... Oh, this is fun. 24 points of claw damage, slashing damage.
Cool. Halved as well.
And then he's got a bite.
That was meatier than I thought.
And still disadvantage for the whole turn. That's going to be a 15.
Still hits.
Yeah, so he's gone right up the alley with that. And that's not terrible. So you're looking at 14 points of piercing damage from the bite as he bites into your flesh. Need to make a con save.
Awesome. $13 on the die, plus bear, so... What is... that'll be a 30-20.
Okay, all right, not bad. All right, terrific. So he's going to stay where he is at the moment, or is he? No, actually, he's going to move. He's going to move.
Oh, is he gonna move out of my threat range?
Nope. He's going to move.
But he's moving out of mine.
He's moving out of here. So go ahead and make your attack of opportunity. If you
Can it
want.
be reckless attack of opportunity? Yeah, right?
Yeah, reckless is just a thing.
Well, actually, I still would be reckless
Yeah.
because previous turn.
Double ones, baby!
Oh my god, I'm seeing double 20s.
Double ones! Let me get it in frame.
You know what?
I've never seen that before, ever.
I feel like you need to roll the d30 twice. And just so I can choose the
22 and 10.
Oh my god. Oh my
That for
god.
10 years.
Our first roll of the night! You blinded me!
What was that you said about me cursing your dice? You shouldn't use the Curse of Strahd dice, man.
Yeah, what the fuck, Mike?
Only one of those was mine.
Sorry, what was the number?
And
22 and 10!
22 and 10? Okay, all right. Let's see, what shall we do here?
Oh, you got a dice king.
Well,
Dice cam would be fucking crazy.
Does he accidentally break
all
Kevin?
right, so not terrible. So as you lunge forward, you kind of trip yourself up as he's moving around. Probably because of Kevin, because he's kind of dangling behind you.
Yeah, he did break one of the straps.
One of the straps is
Yeah.
broken, so he's kind of dangling behind you. So what that's going to cause is half movement until, reduce your movement by half until the beginning of your next turn.
Oh.
that's not gonna affect you at all.
So
I've only got 20
until
feet.
the, actually to the end of your next turn.
I got 20 feet instead of 40.
So
That's not a huge room, so it's-
after that incredible start to the evening, we'll move on to Libby.
Don't worry, Rex says it's just a flesh wound. I'm going to also attack.
Attacking one?
You rolled a natural one as well.
Wrap this up. This is not going well.
Oh no!
That,
Roll,
yeah.
roll your
So with your first attack in one,
Believe it.
My first attack.
I didn't believe it.
13 on the D30.
13 on D2. Okay. All right. Well, let's see where you are in relationship to everyone else around you.
Very far.
Yeah, actually, you're not real close. And so you don't have an ally nearby.
So you get 2 more
fortunately-
chances to roll a 1.
I do. I can just die right now on this
That's
first
a
turn.
perfect
Nice.
angle of that. It's like, oh, 7. And then I just tilt my head a little bit and I see the 7.
All right, so per the D30 table, you do kind of stumble a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's no ally next to you to stumble into, so you catch yourself. Doesn't cause you any penalty, fortunately. Had there been an ally next to you, then that might have affected them in a negative way, and they would have been pissed off at you because you stumbling into them. But that's not the case. So
You're welcome, everyone.
you have a second attack, right?
I do.
Could have killed your handler.
It could hardly be worse. That is a
Not a 1.
9 plus an 8. That's 17.
Okay, 17, and you're attacking the
The wolf
one over there.
in the
Yeah,
corner.
that hits.
Oh, good. That is 8.
8 points of piercing.
8 points of piercing.
Okay. All right, and what are you hitting it with? Just remind me.
That was the scimitar? Rapier? Rapier.
Is it magical?
Scimitar, doesn't matter. The rapier was +1 something, wasn't it?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you know what? We should probably establish who is who real quick on the board so that we know.
I'm the one with the box.
I'm
Yeah.
there.
No, you guys. Okay, yeah. No, but just let's see. Werewolf number. We know where Roche is. He's at the top of the order, and then we got werewolf 1, 2, 3, and 4. Does anybody recall specifically?
I think that was 1.
I thought-
Or wait, no, who was 1?
I thought this was 4, and I thought it
I
went
didn't write that down.
wise.
No, 4 is the one that doesn't look like a dog.
Yeah, he was the one at the end.
That's from the angle that we were at. And then I think Brown was number 2 or 3.
We can just go
And then-
1, 2, 3, and then 4 if you guys are okay with that. Right, just right to keep it simple. 1, 2, 3, and then 4.
And a magical aura fills the room as the health pool redistributes.
One.
No, we're good.
Oh, so the scimitar this time?
Okay, so you hit him with number 4 with an 8, right?
That's fine.
Huh?
You hit number 1
With an eight.
with an 8, right?
8.
Okay, got it. All right, so he takes some damage. Now, when you hit him, when you slice through him with your rapier, you note that he seems to bleed like any mortal creature. So across the way, just kind of glancing over at this demonic huge one, you can't avoid your gaze, that noticing. You see the black ichor kind of dripping off the wounds and on the floor and so on and so forth. This guy, it seems like regular, blood anyway.
Gotcha.
All right, is that it for Lizzie?
Do I get a third attack, right?
You get a third attack.
With the scimitar this time? Or does it matter?
Whatever is in your offhand.
Yes, your offhand is your scimitar. Yes.
Right.
That is also a 17. Or sorry,
Okay.
nope, 16.
16 still hits.
6. That's 10.
Okay, so taking more damage. Looking at the compounding injuries, he looks certainly injured, but still has a lot of strength left in him. Anything else from Lizzie? Moving, staying?
Staying.
Okay. All right. So that's going to bring up werewolf number 3, and he's on the guard right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep him on the guard, making 2 attacks, claw and a bite onto the guard. Wow, we got a nat 20 and a miss. So that's going to be some damage. Okay.
Bye-bye, guard.
Critical bite,
Yeah, so the bite, he bites him. You see it going through the armor that he's wearing, just clenching into his shoulder, and you watch him just kind of almost just crumble almost to the ground onto his knees as he takes that bite. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a roll on that for the D30 real quick. And okay. For the critical hit, piercing. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it looks like he just kind of been weakened as he takes that bite, and he's just like almost forced to the ground by it. His knees just kind of buckling. He seems to be still alive, Not quite in a prone position, but pretty close at this point. And that's going to end that creature's attack. Bringing up Hildy with Howl on deck.
Hildy doesn't like any of this. But she does see that the giant werewolf just tried to eat Kiva, so Force Bolt cantrip
On,
the big
One.
Rocher.
okay,
Dirty 20.
okay. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
14 force.
Okay. All right. You see him react to the force, damage from the force. The bolts as they hit him. So you seem to, he kind of growls and takes his gaze off of Kiva for a moment. Well, she did it! And
You're
now,
really good at thinking.
anything else from Hildy?
Oh, sorry. For what that's worth, those were mentalist Force Bolts, so
Yes.
he didn't see them come from me. just putting that out there.
He just got hurt.
Fighting with my
He's in it.
imagination.
Wow, he rolled a 1 for perception, so for intellect. So yeah, no, he didn't realize actually that it came from you.
Of course he didn't. He didn't remember to roll to believe the illusion.
There's a lot of ones flying around here tonight. So, okay, anything else from Hildy?
No,
No?
there is not.
Okay, what are you gonna do, big
Well,
guy?
first I'm gonna open this dice pack. Well, now he's out of my range, but I got ugly next to me.
Well,
So
he
Howl's
can-
going to pivot, and he's going to make a reckless attack towards
Coyote.
like and
To be
right
fair,
there.
you could be
Coyote ugly.
The were Coyote.
You could
Okay,
be in range of both.
Dog boy.
So that's why did I put my phone away? It has my card on. That's not Howl's accent.
It's definitely gonna hit.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna hit. I just want to
15.
remember the number. Where did all my auto? Oh, there it is. Go. +9, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
And that's going to do 3 plus 6 plus 2, 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay, you're hitting him with one of the
Oh, with the radiant spear, which means he also takes an extra D8, 1 point. So
but
he
is that
takes.
only if he's a fiend? Is that the extra damage for that?
Let me. I keep forgetting how this actual item works, but I
But the
believe
initial attack was 11, you said.
I believe the fiends get an extra 2d8 of damage.
Okay, but you
So
didn't
it's-
roll that?
No, I didn't roll 2. I rolled 1
Okay.
extra.
You'll roll one on the die.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, just for simplicity's sake, attacking these smaller creatures,
Yeah.
they seem more mortal, more
Yeah.
typically mortal, I guess I should say. You don't get the impression that they're the same type of creature as a larger one. So you did 11, right? Plus how much radiant?
+1 radiant.
Okay, total 12. Got it.
Like inconsequential amount of a radiant damage.
Hey, 1 hit point will do it.
And I'm gonna. So nice. I'll do it twice.
Got it in my eye.
You hit.
Just for posterity, the second roll was a 1. So that's 24 to hit again.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said about me being the one who rolled the ones?
Not right now, Kiva. So that'll be 12 plus 12. Yeah, 12 piercing and 3 radiant.
Okay, all right, not bad.
If the damage types matter.
Yep. Okay, cool. Well, this guy bleeding with what appears again normal blood, or red blood, as it's splattered across the nice, beautiful, what was once beautifully tiled marble floor.
Oh no, how are we gonna clean it? I don't think bleach will do.
Sniper.
But lie can.
Sure, the servants are kind of looking through the crack in the doorway, just thinking that. But yeah, he seems injured, significantly injured.
Bleach won't clean this, but lie can.
Is it from Hiles?
Had to say it twice, audience.
I think it did. I felt like my sword.
From the voice from your back, dangling off, you hear, everything okay? Are we winning?
I'll get back to you on that one.
If you need anything, I'm right here.
Don't worry.
Don't forget.
I won't. Fucking Kevin's heavy today.
He's a burden. All 5 pounds of him. Okay, so that's going to bring up werewolf number 1 and 2 if Hal's done.
Yep.
We have number 1 is the one on Lizzie, making the claw and the bite attack. Wow, and that one with the claw and the bite. 12 is probably going to miss.
Miss.
Okay, let's see if we have anything going on. We got a lot of ones tonight. So a crit miss will cause what?
Does he bite his own tongue? I do that sometimes when I'm chewing.
Wow, that's interesting. So he has really bad timing, apparently. Yeah, so bad that it drops him down to the end of the turn order.
Oh, I'm not last anymore.
No.
For once.
Yeah, I do roll shit initiative.
You never roll good.
Okay.
Not much better.
And then we get werewolf number 2,
Yeah.
which
you got
is
next, man.
on.
I just, yeah.
Kier needs the
I think it's only.
real
Is that the
bad.
one on the guard over here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Making a claw and bite attack. Both of you are dead.
He's just not.
This guy was fairly injured before. Okay, both of them.
I'm getting tough.
You see as he gets clawed and then dragged in further, the bite just going directly over, just clamping down on his neck. You see the guard's eyes just kind of open fully at that, and it just kind of, his head lolls over, and you get this glazed look as the blood just rolls down his chest from being held by the werewolf before it just drops him onto the floor, and unceremoniously he is down.
This guard's kind of shit.
Like a corpse on the field.
Like a corpse on the field.
Sounds fun.
And he
Remember,
may
commoners have 5 hit
actually
points.
move. Let me see what he's going to do.
Chunky salsa.
Tomato salted beak.
Let me roll on that. Ooh, he rolled well. Okay. He's going to move this way. He's not in anybody's penalty. He comes charging at you, growling and snarling. And
I don't like that.
gonna leave. It's a different him. That's gonna bring up Kiva.
What's my turn in the order?
You're after. You come up next after the king, after the royals, actually.
Oh, okay, so not with you.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm last in the turn order.
No,
How
not
is-
this time. You rolled a 15, remember?
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, and Dakir rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Roll the tape.
I'm down for it. I just want to make sure.
Cool.
I know, it was shocking to me as well.
I blame Lucas.
You see,
Lucius has finally left the building,
You can get it right.
so you're no longer encumbered by Lucius.
Well, I'll move a bit so you have a good path. I'm just gonna move over just a little bit.
Unless you need him, we can bring him back for you.
No.
I mean, I don't mind. I'm the DM, I could do it. Think.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. So, how's this demon wolf looking? Is it looking angry?
Yeah, they're all looking pretty pissed.
Cool, yeah, but
I mean, not necessarily pissed at you, but just pissed in general, and they are definitely have a, something in mind as to why they're doing this.
yeah, so I'm just gonna take a claw attack at Mr. Wolf in my face.
Okay. The Rocher, the demon werewolf.
Yeah, the demon.
Yep. Gotcha.
Do it with advantage because reckless. I hit 18 on the die plus like 7.
Yep. You hit him. You're hitting him in bear form, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is your bear form at this level considered magical attacks?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Cool.
It would if I didn't multi-class, but I'm multi-class.
Yeah. Got it.
So that is 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a bite attack. And that is a 19 to hit.
Okay. What, 19 total? Or is that 19 just on the die?
One sec, let me just double check what my bear plus is. It's 19 total. Does that hit?
No, that does not. Your first attack raking across his body. Go and roll your damage.
Oh, that did.
What was it?
That was 15.
Oh, 15. Okay, got it. You see what looks like, what you would expect, as you rake across the furry chest, initially showing some rivulets of black ichor, like blood, but then it seems to heal itself very quickly.
Yeah, cool. And then I'm gonna use second level spell slot to heal up with my wood shit.
Okay.
And that's just another 9 hit points into the pool.
All right. Anything else from Kiva then? Just there we are?
And, I moved over, I just rolled over 5 feet just to give Takir a path to the back that doesn't lead to him taking an attack of opportunity.
Okay, all right.
Actually, I'm just gonna.
To go.
Okay, so as you move, it's using a legendary action to strike at you with a claw.
Cool.
And 27,
Barely hits.
barely. And the damage that you will take from that,
Where are you trying to go?
24, slashing.
Cool. I don't. I take 12.
Okay. And yeah, so whatever's that sticks, and that's it for him. Now, at this point, you can see that there's movement. The king that you had actually tossed out of the way.
Yeah.
You can see he's been struggling to get up, and at this point he does manage to get himself
Mobile, so you won't provoke.
back up.
If
Only
you
if I
strike.
Only if you attack. Oh.
I can make it over there. I just gotta use my. Yeah, maybe 6-1. I'd use the dash.
Nice.
Gotcha.
And I say, I do the roar. This king looks like he's gonna do something stupid. I'm trying to just roar at him very loudly.
He looks at you or glances at you, but you can see that he's angry. His face is just red, almost purple with rage as he stands up. Now he's just wearing clothes that you would wear to a ball. It's all very stately and fine, and robes. Not wearing a sword, but he does have a dagger which he has drawn, and it's a long dagger. So it looks, bejeweled, but it has a slight glow to it, and that is what he uses to strike out at the creature.
He can still make the hole.
And he moves blazing fast. I mean, you see him strike 3 times.
Oh, he's competent. But I didn't expect that in royalty.
Of course he's confident.
No, that means nothing.
He hits all 3 times.
Oh, 3 hit.
3 hits, and you watch as the dagger goes in, piercing this creature's hide, and the ichor just splattering out, getting on your fur, getting on the floor, getting on his robes. He doesn't care as he strikes out and does some damage. And it looks like it's pretty significant as the creature just kind of backs up almost without actually moving, but just kind of rears back at this significant strike. And his gaze is now fully on the king. And the king, as he's striking, he's like, "Hey, should never come back." And he's not going to move any further. He does spare a glance to the queen, noting that she's alive, perhaps, or not. But he does spare a glance over.
Well, she was spared from dying.
She's a bloody man.
And that's going to bring him to Kier.
The Kier, finally free of Lucius, is looking around at the chaos, sees the king fighting Rocher, sees this guard getting eaten by that werewolf practically, and then finally his eyes settle on the one werewolf approaching Hildy. Just, shit. It's going to bonus action disengage. This is all 50 of my movement to get through all that mess to where I'm flanking with her, and I'm going to strike at that one.
How close did you come to?
I disengaged.
Oh, you disengaged, yes. Okay.
Bonus action disengage, and I'm going to attack the one that's on Hildy, hitting a 25.
Yes, you hit.
Good.
You need me to separate fire damage? 8.
Yes, and that was number
15.
2, I think, right? Yeah,
I
number
believe that's
2.
what you said, yeah. So
Okay.
that's 13 points of damage, and I'm going to trigger Wheels of the Grave as my eyes go black, and a resounding chorus of screams surround that one for 5 points of necrotic damage.
I
Okay.
didn't even roll like shit.
I know.
You gonna trigger
At
it?
least I hit. I'm
Did they
thankful for
stay
that.
on him? Is it an effect or anything?
It's just an instant effect. 5 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, what did you strike him with first?
Steam sword.
That was a short sword, steam. So
Okay.
slashing damage and actually, I'm sorry, short sword. I think is piercing.
But it's
It's a magic weapon. So
a magic
It's
weapon.
magic,
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's legally mine, according to the druids.
It's because you collected my
Okay.
parcel for me. Doesn't
Because you are hiding from them.
this is time and place, Hal.
You know how non-binary characters do damage, right? They slash them.
Oh Lord.
I knew it.
He reacts all the damage, and you can see that he was previously uninjured, or very little injury. Now you've done some significant injury to him, but still going strong as you've taken his attention away from Hildy a little bit.
That was my.
So we'll see where he goes from there. Anything from Dekir then?
Nope. That's all my actions.
All right, so that's going to bring up werewolf number 4 with
Attention back.
the guards on deck.
Unfortunately.
So we'll see what he's going to do. He's still on Hal. He's not going to move away.
Hey. I'll give him permission.
You see him kind of glance up at the box you're wearing on the back, and you
Does he want to steal it?
note this.
Oh, that would be fucking great. That would be great.
It's a little bit taken aback by the fact that this seemed to be talking to you, or he could be thinking that you're making voices to yourself. Either way, he thinks it's quite bizarre.
That's us, not Howl.
As he makes a claw and a bite attack on you.
Come on, hit me.
No, so 13, I don't think he's going to hit.
They're at advantage.
Yeah, I know.
Reckless.
And
Oh, damn.
Nope.
the other, the bite. Oh, that might hit. That comes up as a 24.
Miss.
No, it hits.
Oh, actually 22. 22 still hit?
Oh,
Everything?
yeah,
No,
well, it's very close, but...
Let's see.
Oh, dear, we found you a new puppy.
I don't want this one, it's about to be broken.
It
Okay.
bites.
18 points of piercing damage.
Oh, shit. Okay, reduced to half 9.
Yep, and you need to make a con save.
What?
A constitution save,
We'll
please.
all be infected with lycanthropy.
Yeah, you're going to be a werewolf. You should be happy.
I don't want to be a dog.
It's like
You just want a dog.
First you need
18.
18, okay. And make a strength save.
Oh, wait. Did 19 actually, ring of protection. Wait, is that factored in?
It should
You
be.
just-
No, I'm saying, is it already
Factored into the D&D Beyond math? I don't. It's a, we'll just say 18.
Okay.
And
And then
what do you say?
strength save.
strength save?
Yes.
24.
Okay. So you, for a moment, you feel like you're effectively grappled by this bite, but unlike the guard, who was kind of like he was pushed down, grappled by the bite itself, you're able to tear it away. It takes a little bit of your flesh with it, but hey, you're a barbarian. Just part of the world you're in.
It's all about training dogs.
Do you have a tooth left in you, like the boat from Jaws?
Oh, my AC is incorrect. I'm just gonna. Yeah,
It's actually 8.
no, it's actually 15, not 14. So I'm just gonna.
I kind of want to get infected with lycanthropy just to see what would happen.
You would.
You would.
You just want to make the
What's a
edgiest character possible.
werewolf centaur?
You want to be the edgiest character
No, I
possible.
want to see what
You want to be a werewolf
centaur
centaur who
looks like.
uses his sister's bones to pick locks.
So the guard that's on the
My
ground,
parents
that's
call
not,
it too.
that is just kind of been pushed down to his knees,
Yeah.
with the creature still holding onto his shoulder fast. He attempts to like get up and push it away, but he's unable to. So that's going to be his turn. One other thing's going to happen before we get back to the top of the round, and that's over in Lizzie's area. Your friend, the merchant,
Ooh, Rexus.
Rexus, has gained a little,
Confidence.
Groups of balls.
Seeing the way that you're dealing with the creature, and if I can get you
Ooh, he's
one
really
back here.
tight. You really gotta Caught in there.
Yeah, he's all the way in the back.
There you
You
go.
got him. You got him.
Just barely, a little bit more.
Yeah. Anyway, he's
Blurred in the background as he should be.
Right over there.
What if I can bring him around here?
No, that's
Ooh, that's good cinematography.
yeah. No.
You should do that every time there's a crit. Just
They're-
pull.
Actually, the tilt focus is quite nice.
Well, he has rushed up beside Lizzie in his ambition to be involved in this whole thing, inspired by her sword work, apparently, and who knows what else.
No.
And he's, as you would know, he always comes armed, but relies on you as a sword arm. He has, like the king, a bejeweled dagger. You would probably know that it's magical because you know him pretty well, working for him and so forth. And that's what he strikes out, making one attack and missing, just terribly missing, almost like stumbling over as he misses, but not so bad that I got to roll a d30. And that's going to bring us back to the top of the round with Rocher. So Rocher has the king in his dark, angry stare, and it was he whom he's kind of been angling around toward, obviously in his movements, until Kiva arrived to temporarily put a stop to that. But
Hey, about his time.
he is making his 2 claw attacks and bite. He seems to be attempting to overbear.
Overbear.
Overbear. Literally, overbear
Over
the
the
king.
I'm just letting you know, I am going to use my reaction to Sentinel hit him.
Okay.
So
all right.
I could do that now, or I could do that after you're done rolling.
You can do it at the same time because it's
Do it after, so we see the king die first.
That's a 19 on the die. I hit him.
Just barely.
Just
just
barely.
barely. Okay.
You don't get to shake your head
jokes.
on jokes.
Are you doing mine or bad?
So, all right. So both claws hit, strike the king, and the bite. Just you see as he, like the other one, over his shoulder and onto his chest, so much more enormous maw, clutching the king. The king is kind of shocked at this sudden attack and the overbearingness of it, that he's almost like a rag doll in this thing's sharp maw. I mean, maw with lots of sharp teeth. And, hell there, go ahead. What was your attack?
Oh, it was I with 19 on the die.
Okay, good. With
And I did-
19 total?
No, it was 19 on the die. It was like
Oh, on the die. Okay, so you hit, and then go ahead and roll your damage.
I did 13.
13. Okay, all right.
And also, because I feel like this is about to become relevant, his speed is 0 until the end of my next turn.
Okay, that could be relevant. All right. So he's holding the the king like a rag doll in his great maw right now. He's kind of like shaking him almost. And you can see the rage from both of them, although a little bit more shock and a paler look in the king's face than before. Move 0, so he's not moving anywhere.
Yep.
Okay, so that's going to end his turn.
Because he did just bite the king, and I'm thinking he might try to run with him.
He might. Okay, so Lizzie, you were up.
I'm going to attack the wolfman with my rapier.
Okay,
That is a 24.
24 hits.
That's 8. 7, 8.
Wolfman Jack.
Oh,
Picturing someone.
7.
7
Piercing.
points, okay. All right, strike.
And then scimitar. That is a 12
12 to hit?
to hit.
Yeah, no, that misses.
And
rapier
then
attack.
rapier. That is 24
24 hits.
with 6 points.
6
of
points of damage? Okay. All right, so now that you've been attacking this creature for a couple of rounds, you're noticing you're doing damage. He has what looks like what any creature would have in terms of, the red blood splattering everywhere on the hits. You're noticing a little bit of healing taking place on the creature as well. Not all of it, but just seems like a little bit since the last time you struck it has healed up. And so, anything else from Lizzie this round?
No. Rexus, get back in the corner.
Can't leave you here. How could I do that?
It's what you pay me for.
I love you, darling.
You're the boss.
Seems inappropriate.
I was gonna
There's
make
no
a fucking joke.
There's no HR. There's no HR in our relationship.
That's it for Lizzie. Then that's gonna bring up werewolf number 3. Okay, so that's the one that's holding. Yeah, that's the one that's holding the guard. He's going to make an attack with a claw on him. It's going to hit. He's going to do some damage as he holds him there.
Gotta have another Lycan.
You see him raking at the guard that he's got held,
Some
and
creatures.
after he just rips through him, pulling up part of his armor as he does so, you watch the guard just lose all his strength and can no longer stay up on his knees as he goes bowing over, and the werewolf just
weapon wasn't
shakes and then drops
He'd
him
actually be healing
as another one goes down.
or not taking any damage.
Now C's gonna have his movement. So he just kind of sniffs around after that, just looking Herculean. And
There's the king's back.
Or the bear.
You really want the king to die.
Well,
the king is being held back by
Racism.
the demon werewolf, and he's coming after the bear. But
damn the man. Damn
he can move over there, but that's the extent of what he can do. So that's it for him. All right, so that's going to bring up Hildy with Howl on deck.
Hildy is going to move just a little bit to her left, not leaving his range,
Okay.
just angling herself better. And she is going to cast Burning Hands. He needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
Oh, are you angling it so that you don't also burn?
Yes, I am.
Aw, that's nice.
I had my moments.
12.
Does not.
Okay.
So he takes 9 points fire,
What's the range of your
15-foot cone.
Okay. So does Dakir have to make a deck save?
He does not because I moved myself to the left.
Okay. All right. So how much damage?
9.
Okay, and that's on werewolf number 2. 9?
Yes.
Okay.
Fire, if that matters, for
Yeah.
purposes of regeneration.
Yeah.
And he's on fire now.
Okay.
It is hard to heal when you are actively on fire.
Well, being covered
Unless
in
you're
hair.
a fire elemental. I mean,
Ooh, does it smell bad because it's hair?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Smell like a
Blank.
burnt dog. Yeah, so he's not too happy that he's got fire to the face there from Hildy as he howls from the pain.
stop. The face that Camille just gave me.
Oh no, look behind you! I yell.
Okay.
Did it distract him?
If you wanted to use your action to try and distract him.
I used my action to cast a spell.
Exactly.
Oh.
And I don't think that he would be paying much attention to what you said when he just got fired in the face right now. So he's more worried about singed eyebrows. Hal, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to. I gotta get this puppy off of me. I didn't want to train a dog today, but apparently I'm putting one
Oh,
down.
thank God. I thought you were talking about me.
Does a 14 hit?
14, no.
You can't blame our dice that time.
Fucker.
Anybody but yourself.
Get to waste all my fucking attacks on this stupid little dog because I definitely
borrow
fucking
Kevin's
walked away. Natural 20. Fuck you.
Hey, all right, look at you.
And so that's gonna be that and that
That's a werewolf number
and that
4.
That was some real.
and
Yeah,
that.
that's
So
good.
7 points radiant, 11 plus 6 plus 2. 19 points of regular piercing damage.
No,
Yeah.
it's magical piercing damage if he's not having the damage from the magic weapon.
What?
Well, it's still piercing damage.
No, I'm sorry. Piercing. Yeah, so 19 piercing, 7 radiant.
Right.
Radiant 7?
I think that's what you
A
said.
total of 25.
No, she was just saying because you have a magic weapon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm the only one who's should have their damage.
he's still
matched.
up?
Yeah, so after you strike him, I mean, he's definitely looking.
I just did like 40
You
points
noticed,
of damage
yeah,
to
you
him in
noticed.
2 turns.
Yep, you have noted again, just as Lizzie has, that there's been some minor healing taking place in between the times that you've hit him. But this guy's not looking great. The ones that you see around you, he's definitely looking like he's taken the worst beating.
You'll roll.
Anything else from Hal?
Bonus action, Hal's going to close his eyes, take a deep breath, and dismiss his rage.
Okay.
Do you want to move anywhere?
You suddenly feel cooler, Hal. Is something going on?
I need to focus. I'm getting too in me head.
I would too.
Makes you feel better. You got a new catchphrase. You're gonna howl from the pain.
I'll make you howl.
It's spelled differently.
Okay, so let's get bring up werewolf number 2.
Not an H, but it's also not a Y.
That's the one over by Hildy with Dakir.
Who got stabbed in the back and fired in the face.
Yeah. I think he's going to be a little bit more pissed about the fire at this point.
I did more damage.
He did more damage. That hurt a lot more. I just scared him.
I'll roll an intellect on that,
To be
but
fair, he was fighting you, got hit in the back, went to turn, burst into flames. I
Yeah.
think he's focused on you.
yeah, so it's going to be a claw and a bite going for Hildy. I just lost my die. Let me get that in a minute. And so 18 from the claw.
I'm going to use repel.
Okay, that'll also apply to the next.
Getting a crit.
That's a nat 20.
That one will hit then.
I'm so mad.
I mean,
Nat 20 with the
technically,
bite.
well, what is his buff? It might not.
The 20 always hits.
No,
Well, no, but not with a shield. I guess that would be the only. Yeah, I think 20 always hits. 20 hit, 1 misses. Period. No debate. So, yeah, so you get hit with the piercing attack from the bite. You need to make a con save, and the damage that you take from the bite itself is 14 piercing damage.
18
Okay.
is my con save.
Okay. All right, so 14 piercing damage.
Say, wait, I zoned
Claw
out for a
misses
second.
because of
Did
the
he just get
shield.
hit with a crit?
Deflected.
Bite.
Make a strength save now.
I don't want to make a strength
I
save.
know you don't.
10.
10. Okay, so he's got you in the grip of his snout, and he's just holding on fast to you.
Oh no!
You're essentially grappled.
Ouch! You can't move. This hurts. I don't like this.
And I think Hildy's taller than him too, so it's like just two.
Is he holding on to like one of her?
I don't even think that. But
Where he's holding? Yep.
which?
It's like a Newton's cradle.
Oh my God. Why did he have to bite you? I think he probably just let go and just leave. No. So that's it for him.
Why does it taste like asafoetida gnome?
It wasn't the taste, it was the texture.
You know what?
Actually,
You know what, Ravik?
what?
Just because, he hit me, so
Then you are a
he's gonna have one of my titties reach out and a skin of retaliatory aggression.
That's a re.
Do you get more than one reaction?
No, you use your shield. So
Yes, I would have.
You almost
had said that.
You almost did. Let's say rule of
I was overwhelmed by the whole description of what he was going to do and trying to justify that in your mind. Okay, no.
I think Ravik was gonna let you go before you even said that.
I don't know. I would have thought after the initial shock of how he was going to do it, I might have come to my senses. So
No, you wouldn't have.
maybe,
The titty smack would have been
yeah,
much
that
more
was a
memorable.
shock to the werewolf. So anyway, that's it for
Why are you
Hildy.
thinking about Hildy's titties, right?
I'm not. You're the one talking about them.
You keep bringing them up.
Talking
No.
about them.
How go? What are you doing?
It's my turn again? All right.
Yeah, wait, you know what? Yes. Hildy just, no.
Like a little thought bubble above your head.
I know.
And it's
Filled with Hildy
Gang
moves. How does disrupted dungeon?
You got a werewolf with one move, the other one smacked him in the side of the
I
head.
think you got it.
Gobsmack, yeah, really.
This is the most flustered I've seen Ravik.
Yeah, not fun. Okay, that's actually gonna bring out Kiva. Finally. So Kiva, you're up. What are you gonna do?
So how grappled is this king? Very grappled?
Well, he's like within his very large, tooth-filled, mouth right now.
It
Held.
looks like it might start to chew.
Well, I mean, possibly. Eat him alive. The king's still alive. So he's not dead. He's just being like dangled at the point.
How close? How dead does the king? Like how close to being dead does the king look?
Do you want to take an action for a medical check?
Does he look like he's dead?
No, he doesn't look like he's dead. He looks
Cool.
like, he looks like he's just in shock because he's just been
Just in shock.
manhandled.
Cool. So I'm gonna just turn around and face the werewolf affecting my compatriot over here.
Priorities.
Yeah. And I'm gonna use my action to attack the dog because they're all in range. I don't
Yes.
have to move, Rabbit.
Oh, I know. You got him close by.
Yeah, I hit.
All right.
18 on the die.
Yep.
This will be the claw attack. And that will be 15 more damage.
Okay, 15.
Yep.
All right.
How's it look?
Not great. I mean, at this point, he's like swaying on his haunches, but still up.
Cool. And then I'm gonna bite him.
Okay.
That one's cocked. That's not my tray. There we go. I hit again with the 19 on the die.
Okay.
And that is 12 damage. 12 more
okay.
damage.
He staggers and looks like he's like ready to go over at any moment, but still up.
Cool. Bonus action, use a first level spell slot to feel a little bit better about myself. That's 4 more points of health.
Keep it cast therapy.
She
Yeah.
cuddles her security
That's
guy.
better help.
A cast safe zone.
All right, so if that's it for Kiva, that's going to bring up the king. He's going to attempt to break this grapple. And you see him lift his arms and just kind of weakly, or as strongly as he can, try to get out. Again, not wearing armor or anything, so... What the creature's holding is flesh. He rolls miserably. So no, he's still held tightly.
Oh.
Okay, let's go bring up the cure.
Hey. I'm gonna go ahead and try to stab this one in the neck while it's Hildy's dangling from its jaws. Oh, good. That one.
That one.
That wasn't like that wasn't a roll. That was like you dropped in and landed straight down.
30.
It was a plork.
I didn't hear that roll.
That
Landed
hurt.
flat.
Oh, I didn't crit.
That hurt,
This
man.
with my hand?
Hey, you never rolled the crit
did what?
die when you crit.
Oh, I didn't.
Who cares? Rabbit prompts me when I normally do, so I didn't even think of it.
That's because you were so pissed about that critical.
Do I have both the short swords right now or just one?
You have both.
What'd you roll on the crit fail?
2.
A 2. Okay.
You break your magical sword.
I swear.
Okay.
Awesome. Hildy.
So
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to flash, but
You cut off her leg.
Hildy around and I'm trying not to hit her.
okay, so bad timing. That just drops you to the end of the round.
Okay.
So you won't get to attack
Damn.
again this round, but next round you'll be at the bottom of the order.
But, so I don't get any more actions?
No, I mean you can finish this round.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So bonus act, that doesn't really change much because I was already at the bottom. Bonus action, offhand attack with my
Now remember
brother.
the other werewolf had dropped down there.
That's right.
7 plus 9,
my God.
16.
16 hits.
Oh, that
thought
looks
that was a 1 again?
so much like because the glint on it.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hey, you
god.
get your sneak attack die.
Yeah, thank God.
It's a werewolf number 2 that's only Hildy.
That's better.
9, yeah, it's better. 13, 14,
Sneaky
15,
stabby.
15, 18, 22 points of damage.
Okay, 22.
Magical damage. Any fire?
Lot of fire.
2 over.
Okay.
And I will use Whales of the Grave to target Big Boy this time.
He's still up. The creature you just hit, he's still up.
Yeah, I can't target the same creature
Right.
Whales of the Grave. I have to target
Yep.
something different. So, that's actually 11 points of necrotic damage to Rocher,
Okay.
if it affects him.
As he begins to heal.
So he just kind of, you see him kind of, not shiver, but kind of shudder a little bit. But he doesn't even, he doesn't cry out or howl or growl or anything like that. You can just take note as he's holding on to the king. Maybe he just bites a little harder, and the king cries out. But
No cell. So I think it was a no cell.
Anything else for Dakir then?
Nope.
As you fall down to the bottom of the order, and that's going to bring up werewolf number 4, which is over there attacking No, that's a dog. That is barely standing. All the barely
No longer raging.
bear damage has been taking, and
Okay.
from Hal.
That was intentional.
What's your plan?
I have this. That works once per range.
Jack.
Okay.
I like when he goes.
It kind of twists around and makes an attack on you.
That is true. You did hit him.
You're welcome. Actually, you still have meaty numbers,
I do. It's
but
Not as meaty as you.
I'm
And
designed to be a meat shield. That's like
well, effectively, my health pool has been.
14 with the claw.
14 does not actually hit. I realized that I wrote my AC wrong. It's actually 15.
Okay, and a nat 20
Barely hits.
on piercing damage.
Cool.
So
On
so, yeah.
grapple one too.
you need to make a strength save.
Yeah.
Cool. Do with advantage.
That was the worst one for him to crit on for you.
20 points of piercing damage to you.
Cool.
And would you roll for strength?
19.
Okay. Good enough that you're able to just kind of rebuff not being grappled by the werewolf. So he's unable to find purchase through your fur. And con save.
Not with advantage this time. Well, that's a shit. That's a 10.
Okay.
So you and me both. Werewolves.
Your bear form's gonna be a werewolf.
Yeah.
Werebear.
Werewolf bear.
Okay. And then as far as the critical hit is concerned, with the piercing damage. Okay, so
So,
That's fine.
where it hit you was in the chest, I guess, or where he hit you with his, where he tried to grab you with his maw. Felt the teeth going through your chest, and one of them, or an edge of his mouth, found a way to get between your ribs. These got long, sharp teeth, and punctures a little bit your lung beneath, causing -1 or -1 Constitution until you get healed. So
How? Okay.
I don't want to go through the whole.
So
It's
why
a
don't you
roll.
have
An even number.
It's a roll.
Constitution? You have an even number?
The bear does.
So then you would just lose 1 per level from your max hit points.
Oh, you mean yeah, got it.
You don't lose hit points. You
I
just
know,
lose
I
your
was-
maximum 1
I
per level.
know. That was like, hey, Rabbit, how's that?
I thought you were questioning how he pierced your lung. I don't know. He just did.
now, is it your constitution or the bear's constitution?
If it's my constitution, I got some questions.
No, I guess it'd be the bear because that's
Yeah.
the form you're in, and you're actually the bear right now. That's gonna finish his round, and then it's gonna be Rexus, who is proudly standing side by side with Lizzie, and just as gallantly as he can, attempting to strike the creature.
Oh god, they're in a romance novel too.
And it's almost like he's posturing it away, and you recognize that it's a lot more for show than actual talent in fighting, and the dramatic poses as he forth his dagger, pushes it forth toward the creature, missing it entirely, and you see this kind of embarrassed look come over his face as he withdraws, which you've seen before as well, and that's going to be it for him.
this is the equivalent of hiring a maid and then cleaning up your own house while she's there.
Yeah, but while cleaning, you spilled a bunch of condiments on the floor.
And maybe maybe the maid likes to clean, or the person
that's
that hired
just their
the maid likes to
dynamic.
Or maybe he just likes to watch her clean.
Ew.
Yeah.
clean. So, I'm not even gonna go there.
I've succeeded.
Ravik took 10 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
I got a D10.
Well, I'm still recovering from the whole Hildy thing. There's a lingering effect. The duration on that is long.
It's just the sound they're making flopping around.
No, that's not wet enough.
Yeah, I need
It's the elasticity
God.
that disturbed me the most.
Oh, see, you guys are thinking they're like hanging, so there's like a delay. It's like
No, but he shook you around like a toy.
And then sometimes they smack into each other in the center. Go back out.
Sometimes just for fun, there's like those single balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newton's cradle.
People are getting eaten. There's gore everywhere.
Hildy does that during camp at night.
There's gore everywhere, and people are getting eaten. The most traumatizing thing is what's going on with Hildy.
Correct.
It really is.
All right.
Woman got murdered.
So he misses, and that's going to bring up werewolf number 1, which is fighting Lizzie and Rexus. Seems somewhat amused by what's happening over there, perhaps, as you know, just kind of this chuckle from this creature. He misses, Rexus misses, and he's going to make a claw attack on Rexus, and at the same time attempt to bite you. So he hits Rexus. And no, I don't think an 8's gonna hit you. So the bite misses, and so as he just swings around, Rexus is more sturdy than you thought. Raking it, through the way he just almost deflates as you watch the blood, the clothing rip apart. This nice, beautiful clothing. He seems very, very upset about that for a instant before he feels the pain. And the shock of just being struck so viciously. He just kind of staggers. You see him go pale, but he doesn't go collapsing down to the ground. So he seems to have survived it, but he's just standing there in a bit of shock. And that's going to bring us to the top of the round. Dakir, this is where you would come in next round. And the top of the round was Rocher, which I forgot his legendary action last time. So you guys are lucky.
Well, you forgot, so did he, because he was distracted by the titty slap that almost
Yes, he was. I think he the ancillary effect of that is like being felt around the world. You know, it's like when the butterfly flaps its wings. Some shit's going down in Lioness right now. So
They've dealt with enough people.
I know. All right. So what shall Rocher do now? He's got the king in his jaws, and he's got the bear, and he's got a lot going on around him. Okay. He's going to actually take a disengage action.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, is he gonna chew the king by any chance?
He's got him. He's holding him.
Cool.
Basically a grapple right now. And so he doesn't seem to be attempting to do any more damage to him as he is more attempting to flee.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Where you gonna go, big motherfucker?
Yeah, so he's disengaging and coming right around you. And gets here
What?
with the king in his mouth. Oh, no.
It's okay, guys. He can't fit through the doors.
Kool-Aid man right
He's
here.
got a point.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that big. Who needs doors?
You need to get ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling something.
Yeah, it's going to come up. Lizzie, you're up. You just saw Rexus get struck savagely by this beast. Not looking good right now, as he's bleeding fairly badly, but he's still standing. What are you going to do? I will give you free rage if you want.
Free reign.
Free rage,
Free rage.
I don't know what that
if you choose.
You get to do the Howl Kiva thing.
It gives you advantage.
Okay.
Or is it a
Reckless attack.
reckless? Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say.
What rage gives you
+2 damage
Okay.
and resistance.
that?
Yeah.
And resistance.
And I hit both of them with my
kind of anime
chromatic
bullshit
orb at
is
the
this?
same
Is it just
time.
+2 to hit?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
no.
No.
No. It's +2 with
Weapon.
strength-based
A
damage.
weapon
Okay.
only.
+2 to damage and resistance.
All right, so you get the +2 to damage if
In
you
this
want.
house.
Piercing,
Sure you do.
bludgeoning, slashing.
Rage is just physical damage, right? Not
Yeah.
spellcasting.
Just strength.
And if you want to do spell casting, you really should not be raging.
Gotcha.
It don't work.
Oh, I don't know. can I hit them both at the same time if I don't, if I spellcast?
Yeah, I got 40
That's less
feet.
than 90 feet, right? But I'd also hit the king.
No, don't worry, high enough.
Probably would, yes.
No, I'm like, I was gonna say, if you could run away in such a way that you leave its threat range while...
Yeah, your attacks are in one action.
On this.
All right, we'll just do the rapier,
What do you mean, like
scimitar,
walk closer to you and then
Yeah,
rapier,
no, that
rapier,
wouldn't work.
rapier.
I know.
Yeah.
Rapier,
Like, I wouldn't make it.
scimitar?
Yes, you get 2 attacks with your weapon, and then you're off.
Yep.
All right, so that's 17.
That's a hit. And again, you have noticed a little bit of healing since the last turn.
That's 12
Damage.
points of damage.
Okay.
That's 24 to hit.
That hits.
That's 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And scimitar is 10
10 to hit.
to hit.
Yeah, that misses. Okay, so the 2 strikes. He's weakened further. Still not going down. Glaring at you, and he's taking both those hits. Anything else from Lizzie?
No.
All right, so it's going to bring up werewolf number 3, which is all the way around the bend there on the back side of Kiva. And so Roche has taken off. They're certainly aware of it. He can't, he's the werewolf, big demon werewolf in the room. He's going to attack you. A 13
No.
with claw, and then, a little higher, a 23
Fair.
bite. Okay, so again, strength save, con save.
Cool. Strength save is 18.
Okay, you're not grappled.
Cool. Con save. 15 plus numbers. 15 plus. Let's say 21.
21, okay. And so you take 15 in piercing damage from the bite itself.
Yep.
And he is. Oh, have you lost your form?
I'm no longer a bear. I am now a person.
Okay. Okay, so a little bit of a look of astonishment comes over the creature's face as you suddenly change to a much smaller form.
You can turn back.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of pros at this. And that's it for him. He's not going to move anywhere. He's going to stay right there on you. Hilda, you're up with Hal on deck. You're grappled.
I am grappled. Roche needs to make a wisdom save
Okay.
at 14.
Yes, he saves.
Okay. Then he takes.
What's he feeling?
He is feeling a stab in his brain.
Okay, all right.
16 points psychic.
Wow. That's what.
Oh no, sorry, half that.
Okay.
8 points psychic.
All right.
And I do not know where his location is if he leaves, because he can
Right.
speed pass.
Okay, so you just see him shake his head a little bit. The king just kind of shaking with him from the pain as he jumps up on the stage there where the minstrels were playing so nicely before. Anything else from Hildy?
No, because she's being eaten.
Yeah. Well, she's being held.
All right.
Okay, Hal.
Okay, as soon as I see Buddy run, I'm like, oh fuck no, and I will immediately bonus action rage again. It's like, try to be calm. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh, that one.
Nice try, loser.
Break me grapple or oh, he tried to hit you.
He tried to hit me. I never got grappled. I'm too strong.
Is that a flanking from behind if he's running away?
No, he can. Well, maybe.
Or do you need an ally
No,
for
no,
flanking?
you have no idea on the other side.
Well,
He's
the
a
king's
king
on the
now.
other side.
Yeah, and he's now.
Well, he has to be an active combatant.
The king just stabbed him.
Yeah, but he's being grappled right now.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take my spear and I'm gonna shove it straight up his bum.
Okay.
Nice.
Yo, wait a second. I rolled an natural 18 on the dice, which means against fiends it auto crits.
Oh,
that
shit.
Spear.
All right.
You gave me a fucking powerful item.
Attempt to shove it up his arse.
Extended crit ranges are a beast.
So I get 2d6 from that. I get. Wait, does that mean I get 4d8 for the radiant?
Only everything that you roll.
Okay.
On a crit.
All right. And I'm gonna proc the totem for shits and giggles.
For shoots and ladders.
So 3, 5.
Is it barbed in case he tries to pull it out?
3, 5 plus 6, 11 plus 2 for rage. 13 plus. So that's 13 points of just regular piercing damage. That sucks, but 8 plus 7, 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then 7, 13, 18 points of totem damage.
What was your
As
total?
the spectral bear.
He explodes.
I'm gonna kill it. All right. So don't get too excited. You didn't kill it. But as you literally,
Rotisserie.
shaft him with your magical spear that I'm giving myself for giving you.
You gave me the angle and the weapon.
I know. It's like I planned this whole adventure just for this moment.
What was that? 63 points of damage.
Just what? I'm gonna check to see if he actually lets go of the king. He does. He drops the king. So with that, he drops the king. He howls with just absolute anger and pain. And you see the wound that you've left is fairly significant. Now, like all the others, he is also healed up here and there. But I mean, this has been a savage attack.
Good thing I can do a second one.
Make it.
Reckless. 23 to hit.
It's
So that's going to be. Sucks. 13 points radiant, and then 9 points piercing.
okay. 13 and 9.
22.
So he drops the king, who's actually falls prone. Yes. 13 and 9, you said?
Yep.
I'm gonna get my camera angles better here. Let's see.
You can see Hal, and you can either see the spear up his ass, but you can't see the king.
Well, there
You
you
can barely see the king.
I'm zooming out a little bit, I think.
Can you move the lazy Susan forward or backwards?
go. Yeah, I can. I just get it too out of whack.
That looks pretty.
Okay,
Yeah, that's how
close enough. All right, so
Let's just.
I've got a lichen on a stick.
13 and 9,
Here we
right?
go.
Okay. All right, anything else from Howell?
That's all me moves.
Okay. Yeah, so Kevin, initially, before you ran over there, was like, oh, hey, there he goes. And then you go hopping up, oh no. He can't see, but he can feel, this, the elation that you exude, as you just kind of just almost like puff up, from the head. And he's like, oh, you must have done something extraordinary.
An asserting dominance.
We'll have to talk about that. So that's going to bring up werewolf number 2. And that's over there down by Hildy, the one that's got her grappled. Still holding on to you. And nothing has actually affected it since then. You missed it last time, right?
No, I hit it last time.
No, you did with the offhand.
Yeah, with the offhand, I still hit it.
Okay. All right, so you know what he's going to do is he's going to turn with Hildy and just kind of drag her around.
Oh, I forgot I didn't hit it last time.
You didn't?
No, I'm kidding. That would change whether it would attack me or not.
No, I was going to do it right now, just maybe twice. Maybe let her go and grab you. We'll see. Yeah, so it's gonna just kind of turn with her,
Dancing.
dragging her around to face you, and then it's going to try and strike at you with one of its claws. Still holding her.
Gracefully, like a partner at a dance floor.
No, just drag. I mean, she's too tall. Just literally dragging her across the floor, like a wet mop.
Like a bad partner.
It goes thump, 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 thump. 23.
Yeah.
Okay, so it hits you with a claw. Doing
I haven't hit it. We got hit yet. So. Max.
only 8 points of slashing damage from the strike.
Rogue you've ever done.
What was that?
Yeah, that's it from the strike. Just 8 points of slashing damage. That's going to end his turn as he is just growling with building in his mouth. Bringing up Kiva with the king on deck.
Well, you don't.
Yeah, cool.
I think this is the least damage you've taken in this session.
Yeah. I have the space to do guerrilla warfare like I'm supposed to.
Angry, gonna do a bonus action. Bear.
Okay, back to Bear.
Yep. And then I'm just gonna take those attacks of opportunity. As I'm just gonna. They're just gonna.
Keeper, I've got it. I've got him on a stick.
So 16 and 9.
9 misses, 16 hits.
Okay. It's both claw attacks from each one. And 16 points of piercing or slashing damage.
Cool. So what I want to do, he's large and I'm large, right?
Yes.
I want to try and knock him prone. I want to shove him to
Okay.
the ground.
All right, so it's going to be a strength contest.
Yep. I'm sure he'll probably win that one. But I do that with advantage because I'm really fucking pissed. 22?
Close, 28.
Close, you say?
Well, it's in the
Is that
20s.
close? Really?
I mean, yeah. And, hand grenades.
6. And then 7, 8 gets me right next to the king. Because I feel like he might want to do something about the king being there. Maybe make an attack at the end of my turn. Yep.
Maybe. Okay, so that's it from Kiva?
Yep.
All right, the king is dropped, so he's going to stand up. And you can see that he has, he's bleeding profusely at this point. Been just wrecked, being dragged around and clawed and, held in the mouth of a demonic werewolf. Probably doesn't help. But he still has the strong light in his eyes. And as he stands up, he faces the creature. And then you hear him say, we'll pull down this easily. Makes 3 attacks with his dagger that he still holds, 2 miss.
Well, he's fucked up.
He's flanking.
He's flanking.
But that doesn't matter on his attacks. But he is flanking now that he's an active combatant. And
No, you would have gotten first.
so he does a little damage.
I think he's saying it didn't make a difference.
Yeah.
I know, but we can try.
Well, it didn't make a difference on his rolls.
Yeah.
So,
It's fine.
all right. So then, he's going to stand there defiantly, doing a little bit of damage to the creature that had turned momentarily to look at Howl and watch him extracting, the end of his
I think
spear.
I felt that more than watching it.
Maybe watch the end of it, felt the first part.
I did that, but I don't like that I did that.
He doesn't either. You guys have something in common. You can bond over this moment. So, and
That's good.
yes, that's going to be it for the king. He will use this moment to make a legendary strike at Howl.
Running game.
And 27.
Yeah, it's.
Okay. So as he strikes you with a claw. Didn't roll well on this either. 21 points of slashing damage.
Reduced to 10, 11?
Yep, 10.
10.
Rounding down.
Sure, it's not good.
And so that'll be that for his legendary. And that brings up werewolf number 4,
Spell if you're fighting.
which is a dog.
With like rage now.
No, not rage.
What?
Just as a regular part of combat. And should do
Is
an
he gonna
attack
go
and a
for Hal or
Yeah, I guess.
I think you need. Is she an
It'll run
overnight?
right up on him.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey Hal, you know how you just hit something in the ass?
Yeah.
Well, there's a dog.
Yeah, so
Up your butt.
werewolf number 4 comes rolling up on you. You hear
my backside.
Kevin's like, oh no, look out! Oh shit, I'm a shield.
Oh no!
And I'll give you actual, I'll give you
Level
2
six,
additional
level
HP.
7.
Do spells or
Yes, I mean, yeah.
so do I.
So,
If it hits him by 2 or less,
No,
I think Kevin
so
should
you
take
get
some
one.
damage.
He should.
he's not trying to
Yes.
bite. He's trying to use claw and claw. Okay, so 2 attacks with claws.
He's going for your ligaments.
So
I think
18.
my AC at 18.
Okay, so 18 and 13. So he misses on the second one.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter that at all. But
No, he did. He did. The second one missed.
oh, my AC 16 natural.
Oh, with the plus
Kevin
2?
made it an 18.
Right, but he missed. So his second claw attack missed. It was a 13.
Yeah, which it would have missed anyway.
Yeah. No. Yes. So
Poor
yeah,
Kevin
you know.
just got put in like the danger for no reason.
Yes. So 9 points of slashing damage.
Reduced to 4.
I still think Kevin should take some damage.
Absolutely.
He's taking
That was an 18. He
fear
just
damage,
missed
psychic
it.
damage right now. He's deathly afraid of what's happening.
Kevin's gonna have
And-
a complex after this.
That's number 4, and then we have Rexus. So Rexus is standing there, not looking great. But he doesn't want to look cowardly in front of his companion. And so, bolstering up what strength he has, he makes another feeble attack. Manages to strike the creature with a nat 20.
Well done, Rexus.
And you can just
clearly
see
helped him.
you can just see him just brighten, with your approval.
Features.
And I'll let you roll the d20.
I'm not gonna look at
if you
anything
want,
other than
or the
features.
d30 on that if you want.
Since
29.
29. Okay. So,
yeah, you can't do it yet.
Gotcha.
okay, so he punctures the creature in the arm and seems to enfeeble that arm significantly for the duration of this combat. So he's crippled it a little bit. Made the strike. You see as he draws back how proud he is of what he's done, and he kind of just glances over at you, and you can see that he is just filled with elation.
This would be really poetic for him to die right now.
And that brings us to werewolf number 1. So, not too happy about just getting his arm damaged in such a way that it is enfeebled terribly. It's going to make 2 claw attacks, and both of them are going to be on Rex. One's going to be a disadvantage because he isn't, and the other one's a regular strike.
So Lizzie, why'd you decide to join the
First
party
one
again?
misses.
Wait, that guy, didn't he go to the end of the thing, or is that just for one?
Well, the cure went all the way.
Yeah, here's at the end.
I got bumped.
Can't roll a d30 with that. Well, the exact same roll, which means he hits.
Oops.
It's like in slow motion, he's beaming with pride, and you just see the claw come
And-
out.
And that's exactly what you see. It's not a net 20. But it's a devastating strike as the creature, with his enfeebled arm, no less, manages to strike out and rake down the front of Rexus's chest. And you just see his surprised look on his face. Blood rushes from his face, and he just topples backwards.
Don't worry, I knocked him over with my eraser.
And the blood of Rexus coats the claw. The devastating claw of the creature that now you face alone. That brings up to Kira.
I'm distracted. I got my own problems. Go.
Hey, you got an ally next to you, so you can see.
I get sneak attack. I'm not getting flanking anymore, I imagine, since Hildy's still in his jaws, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 4 on the dice. I'm sure that doesn't hit with a 11, so
Nope.
offhands, 14, much better, so 21.
Yep, that hits.
11, 14, 15, 16, 20, plus 4, 24.
24. That's werewolf number 2.
24 magic damage on werewolf number 2.
Okay.
Magic damage, we stress.
Okay. So, again, some healing's taking place.
Well,
But
it's a grave on that guy for
he
That
looks-
probably makes him let me go. All that
He
damage.
doesn't let you go. But he's looking worse off now, of course, from that strike.
and 4 points of necrotic to this.
Okay, that's number 3. Okay.
When this is over, you're gonna have to tell us how much healing they're getting per fucking turn, because it seems like a D10 or some bullshit.
No, you'd be surprised.
You roll dice for regeneration? Oh, static.
It's not. Well,
you do.
I'll explain it later if you want. But so, is that it from Dakir?
That, yeah. That's all my.
Okay. So we're at the top of the round. We got Roche, who has just brought the king, faced with the bear in the front,
Again.
Howl in the back. It's like a sick, menage a trois horror flick.
That big menage a quatre.
No, menage a trois. Wait,
Yeah.
5 of us there.
Yeah. And
Devil's 5-way.
something strange happens.
Is that the same as the Eiffel Tower?
Something strange happened.
Like Tokyo Tower.
It's a Taj Mahal.
Taj Mahal.
It's the Kremlin.
The entire ballroom shakes violently. Everybody needs to make a dex save.
Do we though?
Can we see
Tables tumble over, glass shatters.
it?
No.
No, like, is this one where we can, like, see the room shake?
Yes,
Like, do we,
yes.
like, advantage on the deck save?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Danger
What was
Sense.
that?
Danger sense.
There's a great rush of air through the doors, and all the other doors in the rest of the room just kind of bang open. The air is coming like through the front door. And the booming voice calls out,
Thaumaturgy.
Yaran. Yep.
That language
You know
that
what
we
that is.
understood, or was that just an accent that I can't
Nope,
parse?
Hildy
No.
knows.
Thank you.
Hildy understands it, and I'll get that to you in a second.
Alrighty.
And you see a dark bearded man with long black hair, flowing robes, stands with a posture of authority. Seems powerful. He's holding an oaken staff with arms that are just flung wide. And next to him is a man with golden blonde locks, hard blue eyes. And he appears to, and just as he appears next to, or they come through the door, with this rush of air, as he enters the room, he begins to grow exponentially in size. The great beast snaps its eyes immediately to the darker of the two and growls, and
I knew it was.
and assumes this posture of being away. The blonde man, so tall now that his head brushes the ceiling, rushing toward the creature that is in combat with Lizzie. With that, we're going to take a break. See what happens next. We have some new
Let's hope Hildy can mind her
I
manners.
want to see how Hildy's gonna react.
entries into combat.
This is Hildy's love interest.
Merlin's brother got brave.
Got brave. So, we'll see how this goes. See you back in a minute. Okay.
See, like, yeah.
So,
Oh, are we back?
we're about to be. Is everybody doing good in their batteries and everything? Okay.
Yep, full battery.
Most of you should have
I would love to do a
new ones,
module campaign where you just go through different
Full battery.
modules.
so- Okay. All right, welcome back, everyone, as we get back into combat with these awful creatures, these werewolves and demon werewolves, and the newcomers who have just arrived. Creature referred to the dark one as Marilyn, the other one who is blonde, fair-haired, strapping, muscular man, is looking more Vikya than anything else. Has just grown to the point that he's so large he's nearly touching the ceiling of the 30-foot high ceiling of his chamber. That's where we pick up. And after the dark-haired one in the long flowing robes had entered and spoke, Yalal, Mir, and the creature had turned back to him and said, and responded with, Merlin. You see fear in his eyes, and you hear Hildy, grappled by the other werewolf at the other end of the ballroom. You hear her speak similar words, though somewhat unsure, as if she's unsure about what she's saying, but the words come out reasonably clear in the harried situation. And the reaction from the creature is you see its eyes kind of widen in surprise, not expecting to hear this language being spoken from someone else in the room, besides the ones that just entered. And the other ones that have entered, the blonde and the dark-haired people, seem to take no surprise at it at all. And that's the setup for the second half tonight. So, let's get them into the initiative order.
We can just leave, guys. They got
Okay, both of them are right on top. Okay, all right, got them in here. So we're at the top of the order, with Merlin coming through, as he's been referred to by the creature, and the blonde-haired fellow, who will learn who he is shortly, I'm sure.
That's Kiva's husband.
And Rocher. So Rocher, the demon werewolf, at this point, attempts to flee. Seemingly lost interest in the king altogether. He bounds toward the back. Now, I know there's going to be several opportunity attacks taking place here,
If I land mine, he's not going it fucking anywhere.
but he's maybe. But
Legendary.
you did that to him once before, and he's not an idiot, he's disengaging. So I think that's going to take that out of your arsenal. It's going to bring him, as he leaps off here, bounds, gets all the way actually right here by the table. And
Well, that takes out his action, and that's what I care about.
disengaging with his actions and movement. Legendary will have to be on somebody else's turn, so I think that's going to end it for him there. That brings up the great Vikya-looking fellow that has just grown enormously in size, that has rushed toward where Lizzie is fighting with the other werewolf, paying no attention to the demon werewolf that just took off. And he makes attack on that one that you're dealing with, Lizzie, making two great strikes with, he's actually carrying a spear as he strikes down twice, hitting it twice. And
As I saw him, it was like, it's the character's name.
two. That's number one. Oh, he didn't have much left in him. He goes down and he's just crushed underneath the strikes from the spear. He raises it for a third strike, but it's not necessary as the creature is just down. And from just towering over you, Lissy, he just looks down and you see him just kind of wink. And then he moves very quickly off past you.
I loosened him for you.
All right. So
Here's Ravik emasculating all our characters.
The character.
Is that one gonna take the attack of opportunity? Is the dog gonna take attack of opportunity on the scary Viking man?
yeah, of course he is. As the huge guy goes rushing by, oh shit, he hits him. Wow.
It's like, oh no, I'm a POC.
So basically clawing at his thigh as he goes rushing by. You see blood, that runs off the back of his leg, but he pays no attention to it as he is rushing toward Rocher. And
Does he get does he close distance or?
no, that's as far as he gets.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, that's as far as he gets there, and then that's going to bring up. That's going to bring up Lizzie. So Lizzie, you just saw your employer, your whatever meaningful situation you have with this individual go down, and then this great savior arrive and strike down the werewolf that you were dealing with for so long. What are you going to do?
I think I could do it. Full of beans for poor breakfast. Then maybe give a kiss on the forehead.
Okay.
That's all I got for him.
Jeez.
And then I'm going to take my movement to...
And as he goes rushing by the way, Kevin, watching him, this new arrival, go bouldering by, you kind of hear him in a low voice.
Ooh,
Ooh, drop.
there's some lore.
Move over here and
Oh, Kevin.
They're gonna take Kevin back.
cast Firebolt.
It's the best day ever.
Fuck you.
Firebolt at,
Kevin's grown on me.
Whatever will.
okay, number 4, got
A
it.
doggy.
That's 17.
17 hits.
That is 17. Right?
17 damage?
17, yeah.
17
Damage?
damage.
Okay, all right.
Fire damage.
Yeah. Okay. As you do so, you see it just combusts with fire, and it just howls as it begins to falter where it stands. You watch the last licks of fire just burning on its frame and over its fur as it convulses and then lies still. And howls. Not Howell. Kevin's like, "Good one, Lady Elf."
There's an elf here?
Anything else from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come over here. Here. So,
Oh.
Well, in short order, you guys have wiped out.
Hello, Sylvan lady.
What short order? It took us 2 weeks.
I'll be honest, I thought we were going to be done with the fight already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put a lot of hurt on him last time.
Well, that's what you get for having characters that heal.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's it for Lizzie. As you moved over, and so we're at werewolf number 3, which is this guy right here, isn't it? Okay. It goes immediately. It rushes toward the large blonde Vicky-looking fellow. Yep, and makes an attack. You see it just leap at him, making a bite and claw attack. Misses both. You see him just kind of rebound off of him, and just stand there looking at him, but stands his ground as if he's putting himself between Rocher and this giant fellow. And that's going to bring up Hildy with Hell on deck.
Okay. Hildy's gonna pull a vial out of her pocket, and Roche needs to make a dex save as a vial goes catapulting towards him.
Okay. $19.
Unfortunately, 19 makes it. So, how does that work?
It wasn't an attack roll? It was a dex save?
No, it's a spell. It's a catapult. So I guess
Oh,
it just
okay,
goes
yeah.
flying across the room
Yeah,
harmlessly.
shatters
Yep.
beyond. Okay. And now Hildy's still grappled, but she can't move. Is that all she got?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Hal, you're up.
All right. I'm not letting this dog get away. 5, 10, 15, then 20, 25, 30.
Right
I'm
upon
going
him.
to reckless 2 attacks towards him. I want him dead. So 15 on the first, or 17 on the first one.
Okay.
Don't feel bad. I missed too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 25 on the second.
Yeah, it hits.
Hey, that crit,
Cool.
that crit fail is gone, though.
Yeah, that is true.
Also, I was wrong. These aren't curse of Strahd, they're Call of Cthulhu dice, the green ones.
Oh, that's even worse for me, man. These are Eldritch Hearts. So he's gonna take 9 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And 4, 10, 12 points of piercing damage.
Till 21. Okay. So at this point, you see that the creature has lots of injuries, many that have healed. Still going strong, obviously, but he has taken a lot of damage, and it shows. And it shows on him, but it doesn't seem to have weakened any.
Okay,
Anything else from Hal?
that's all I got.
Okay, so then we got werewolf number 2. Just 2 and 3 that are alive still. And that's the one up close. Am I correct? Yep. Someone holding Hildy.
I'm an idiot.
At
I've
this
been rolling one-handed damage this entire time. I'm holding my spear two-handed.
he releases Hildy and immediately begins to rush toward
Average plus
here.
one.
So there'll be a couple of
Hey,
Yeah.
attack of opportunity.
so an attack of opportunity on both both Hildy and
Yay.
Dikir.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
I was a little.
What was the hit?
Frazzled.
11?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, look.
That was a 10.
Okay, so he's making an attack on the blonde barbarian. Holy shit, missing twice. In fact, rolls a 1 on his claw attack. Is not good for him. And what kind of critical miss we have for him? Kind of loses his confidence as he will have disadvantage on his next attack. As he's up against this huge figure in front of him. So that's going to be it for him. He just stands his ground there. And Kiva, it brings you up with the king on deck.
cool. I'm just gonna 40 feet up, gets me here, which is technically in range to do some hitting.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Reckless claw attack. Good thing that was reckless because that would have been. I miss, but it wasn't a natural 1.
Okay.
Bite. That's cocked. That's worse. I do no damage. But I am in
I'm in
range.
his head now.
I just rolled like Dakir over here. That's what I did.
Oh, that could be a
It's been
pretty.
rolling worse than me tonight.
You roll like me at the first fucking roll of the night.
Nat 1!
Roll like
Prepare.
Dakir.
That one's tough.
Okay. Okay, so the king,
It's Will Wheaton Muddles bad.
yeah, then after the king will be Dakir. Okay. So the king is
Fucked up.
yeah, I mean he's standing there, a little bit surprised, and you can see kind of relief flood over his face as Merlin and the other one has come in to help in the situation, and he begins to move forward, but he seems weakened. He will make a few strides though, but there's no way he's going to get there to do anything. He's not going to dash because that's not going to help him at this point. So that's as much as he's going to do. All right, Dakir, you're up.
All right. Just gonna gallop over here. Try not to stand in awe at the golden-haired Adonis that's towering over us.
Dakir's in love, okay?
And so he does want to fuck.
Exactly. He told these NPCs, no, what's happening? Nothing.
Is it?
No
is it
one,
blonde?
no one's that asexual. He's very attractive.
So is it the blonde hair, or is it the fact that he's big enough to stomp you?
It's the fact he ignores him.
He's big enough to cradle me like a little cat,
Yeah, like a little fowl.
like the calf.
Fowl, yeah.
I like fowl. That's a bird.
Definitely fowl. Fowl. It's a foul thing to think of.
He could pick me up by my legs. That's fine.
Okay.
He's gonna make
Okay.
Maybe you'll find that room later.
I like the pockets.
Come around.
Did you attack?
Yeah, 13 misses, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So offhand attack is going to be an 18.
That hits. You're attacking the smaller one, right?
The smaller werewolf
Yeah.
in between us. We're bros. We're fighting the same enemy.
Aw, you dropped your dice in front of your pride.
Nervous and
I'm all out of sorts.
It's a little flustered.
9 plus 8 is 17 plus 4 is 20.
20 points of damage. That is on. Yeah, they're both. That's werewolf number. The one that was unhealthy. That was werewolf number 2, right?
Was unhealthy.
Yeah. 18.
21. Yeah.
21.
Total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So striking from behind, it kind of alters, almost bowling into the great figure in front of it, but just barely stands on its feet, and you can see it just kind of swaying and not like on its last legs.
I'm going to clean my dagger and just kind of give him the.
He's not even looking.
I'm sure.
I think he did a little bit.
Yeah,
He's looking at the Adonis as well, not the horny
Your threat
centaur.
assessment.
Okay.
No.
Is that it from Dakir?
I was giving the nod to the
Yeah,
Adonis.
it was the Adonis he was.
I'm not giving it to the werewolf. Fuck the werewolf. He's
No.
He's just an obstacle.
I mean, for a moment, he was intrigued.
He wanted to see what a hybrid would look like too.
There's just miscommunication.
I mean, it's on his bucket list, and he's about to kick the bucket. So
I'm on every bucket list.
Except for the one that you want.
you're on a lot of folks' bucket lists, apparently. Okay, so let's get ready to the top of the round, and Merlin is at the top of the round.
Ooh.
He's kind of back there, like
Look how
watching what's going
smack
on.
this is right now. Just the lone wizard on the other side of the room with all this chaos.
And the wizard's like, this is where I want to be.
He's gonna wreck it
Yeah, he probably likes that situation.
He's gonna kill all of us.
by himself.
We're inconsequential.
Take the stage, Merlin. It's all yours.
He's going to, as a matter of fact. So he actually bounds up onto the stage.
Of course he does.
Now, this guy looks like he's probably in his 30s. So does the other one, probably about in the 30-ish age group. They don't look like old people. Merlin doesn't look like an old man. Right in the prime of his life, apparently. As he just bounds up there very sprightly, gazing over the situation, it's like, for a moment, he's just lost. It's just like fades out of what's happening within the ballroom, and his gaze locks squarely on
No
Hildy
innocent women
across the
for him
room.
to kill.
What's that?
I said no innocent women for him to kill.
Well, his eyes just locked on you.
I said innocent.
Yeah.
And you hear him call across the room in a language you can all understand. Digday? Are you all right, dear?
Die, you bastard!
He's like, you can see he's like taken aback by this. It's like, really not sure where this is coming from his perspective. As he just kind of stares at her, confused, he gazes back to the scene unfolding with Rocher trying to escape and all the combat taking place. Well, Donis, let him go. We'll catch up to him later. Everyone in here will die if we try and keep him. And that's going to end his turn. Rocher is next in the order, and he's going to attempt to continue moving.
Is he gonna disengage?
He's going to disengage. And you're going to watch as he crashes through this door. I mean, the bricks
Kool-Aid
and
Man.
mortar, and yeah, the door itself, which has already been flung open by the entry of Marilyn and Wadonis, as he goes flinging himself, and it's almost like he shrinks a little bit as he does so, but not enough that it doesn't just damage the entire frame of the door, and the bricks and mortar that are holding it up. So you got lots of that crumbling around as he goes through, and you can see that there's a passage beyond it. It looks like a hallway, a narrow hallway that goes parallel to where the doors are now on that wall. And he swings around to the side, to the right, and disappears around the corner. You can't see where he goes at that point because you're no longer in sight of him. So he's out in this corridor.
Because you're no longer inside.
Yeah, you're no longer currently in sight of him. So, boop.
The only one inside of him was Howl.
My spear.
The whole shaft, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't just the head of the spear.
Knuckle deep.
You got the whole shaft in there.
I choked up on it. It wasn't that fun.
He's gonna remember you forever. There'll be a poster of you right up on his demon cave. So,
Love or hate?
Cal was in his demon cave.
oh my God.
No lair action.
All right, and then Wadonis comes up after that. That's his turn after, and he just kind of threads the needle between. Oh no, he's got these guys. He's gonna make,
Chunky salsa?
he's gonna make an attack on each one of those.
He doesn't make chunky salsa. He makes pureed, beautiful salsa.
I hear the thirst. You don't have to.
That's not necessarily sexual.
All right, the one on his right, which is number 3, he strikes with his spear twice and just runs it through him, right down through to the back of his spine and just into his body and below. You hear the tink of the spear that he's carrying hit the floor, and then he removes it, just kind of shaking off the creature, and then with a backswing hits the other one. Well, he doesn't have. And he watches it just crashes into the tables off to the left, and both of them begin to, after they convulse, you see the last life leave them, begin to change back into the human forms that they inhabited prior to changing. And that's what's taking place with all the other 2 werewolves as well during this time period, as combat in here has come to an end. So, Wadonis will complete his movement to stand here.
And eat the.
He lifts the table and just kind of flings it over off the queen so she's clear, and that's going to complete his turn. Okay, so you guys, depending on what you do, we may stay on initiative, because that's going to bring up Lizzie.
see if Hildy is gonna get us all killed, right?
Yeah.
She's going to move back to Rexus and see if he's still alive at all.
Okay, do a medical check.
Medicine.
3, 10.
10. He feels cooled to the touch, and you see that he's bled out quite a bit. It looks like he's suffered some very, very significant damage to his chest, but you don't know how serious it is. As far as you can tell, he's no longer living with that roll.
Rexus, she's gonna cry for him. Now that she has no immediate danger, she's just gonna have a little emotional breakdown.
Over your boss with
And feel
benefit.
sorry for herself.
So the Sylvan Elf is sobbing over the corpse of the merchant that she was protecting, as he seems to have passed. Hildy.
Since I can't reach, can you position Hildy between the queen and the big guy?
Sort of.
No. Yeah, like she's going to step over the queen.
I'll just put you on top of her.
That's fine. She's
Standing up.
keeping the big guy off of the queen, and Merlin will need to make an intelligence save.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. Nat 20.
All right. Then nothing happened. I thought something really bad at him.
Okay. What was it so that I know how to...
Mind sliver.
Okay. Okay.
Back off, big boy.
Okay, but that was a Merlin.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Okay, so anything else from Hildy?
Nope, she's just trying to protect the queen.
Hal, what are you doing?
Oof. Kevin, why you? Because immediately, guy runs out the room and big guy's there. Hal's gonna stop for a second. What's going on? Who are you?
Who are you
To
speaking to?
Wadonis.
Madonna's the big guy. Oh, and he, at this point, well, no, he's still the size that he is. He's gazing down at Hildy, looking at her and the queen. Was initially looking at the queen when Hildy ran over protectively. As you shout, he just kind of turns his massive head, looking back over his shoulder at you. Nice threads.
And Hal's gonna look at his outfit. Oh, son of a... They were nicer this morning. And it dropped his rage.
Talk about treads.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the only comment he makes to you is nice threads.
Kevin, who are these people?
Now Kevin is like on your back, so
Yeah.
he's like turned at this point.
Yeah.
So
Also, Kevin can see Marilyn.
if Wodanis has noticed him at this point, then he hasn't commented.
Got it.
Did you want to pursue anything within your actions or movements at this point?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, Kiva.
Yeah, sure. I'm assuming that there's not going to be any danger now. I don't recognize this as the person that Hildy wants to murder, so I'm just going to drop back to a person. I think I'm probably going to approach the queen.
Okay, she's on the ground with Hildy straddling her.
See Hildy, okay. And then, like, reach into her pocket, go, so always the royals, huh? And just, like, shove a good berry down her throat to heal her for 1 HP.
Okay, all right. So she was stabled at 0 by Hildy some time ago.
Right.
So now she's getting a little. I would imagine you're probably squeezing the juice of the berry down her throat.
Oh, no, it's
Massaging her throat.
It's like I literally, I called, like,
Giving a dog a pill. There.
yeah.
You're wrapping it in cheese and,
Yeah.
Gets her whole hand in it.
Okay.
Enough to get the queen up.
Right. Okay. So that's going to. We'll see how that plays out. Anything else from Kiva?
You're really fucking tall, aren't you?
I am less. And the cure.
Married Kiva.
He can be tall. And I still don't have to fuck him.
I don't think it's-
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, noticing everything's pretty calm now, I'm gonna trot over here
Uh-huh.
and just sort of peek over at Lizzie. Are you alright, Kendra? You wounded?
Okay. Oh, but Rexus.
Oh, she's a crybaby.
Oh, sweet
I love her. I love this.
He like goes to pat her back and just decides it's a little awkward. And, if there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
So no one's going after the demon.
No, I assume they are.
Well, who's? Oh, you? Yeah, the new folks. All right, yeah, I got it. You hear a clamoring. From all the doors are open. You can see that there are hallways that are lit by torches, beyond that run parallel to the walls that the doors are in. So you hear a distant clamor, and just as Merlin is beginning to speak, we're going to drop out of initiative since you guys have not pursued.
Yeah.
So we'll drop out of initiative for this time, but you hear clamoring.
Hildy doesn't care about the rest of the castle.
And it's getting a little bit louder and louder just as Merlin is about to speak. And then he just kind of and then looks over toward the doorway where the clamoring is coming from. And just waits. Now, as you turned, with Kevin on your back, now facing Merlin, there's a long silence from him. And then he's like, "Oh, Merlin, how are you?" Merlin not maybe seeming to have noticed yet with everything going on, or whatever the motives might be. Turns his gaze back from the doorway that he's waiting, see what's coming with all the noise, to Kevin. And see him cock his head. Ah, if it isn't the box.
What? Who? Hello.
You turn around.
Yeah.
Kevin's
I hear a box, and I'm like, whoop.
what?
And now Kevin's facing away from him. Hello, you talking about my box?
I see that your friend has found a new passage around the world. What do you call him?
These days, Kevin.
Ah, Kevin. Haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, I like that name.
How about it, Kevin? You like it?
And I turn back around.
Kevin's like, it's a name. As good as any I've ever had. Is it now? As good as the one I gave you? Oh, no. Not as good as the one you gave me, of course. But I'm with Hal now. He's my friend.
Drag the queen back
Is he?
towards that corner, please,
He
while
treated
they're
you well.
talking.
And not beating you like the other ones. Keep
And
your secret.
Howell immediately turns around. I would never, sir. I am a kind friend to Kevin.
It's good to hear. Kevin should be handled carefully.
Yes, I'll even do too good a job protecting him, but... And I gesture to the broken
Oh, it doesn't mean he can't
Not
come,
today.
take a few licks once in a while. I don't mean in a way that's abusive. Right, Kevin? I've taken a few, thank you. Well enough.
Jesus. Hal's gonna slide Kevin off, just put him on the floor so that way we both can face Merlin while we're
Okay.
talking.
And Wadonis at this point has begun to shrink and back to a more regular form.
Anybody ever see that movie We Need to Talk About Kevin?
Also, in case Hildy has been dragging her slowly into the corner, like like a
Now
bomb
it's your
protecting.
size, Dakir.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm also.
you do.
I heal her for 8 points.
Okay.
And I'm trying to drag her to that corner away from.
Okay, all right. Well, Don is kind of like turned to see, and he's shrunken. He's turned to see what's going on between the two. The conversation between Kevin and Merlin and Howl.
I help you.
He senses that the movement, and he looks over. Are you gonna heal her, Digby? You should really heal her. No, you can. Right?
I already did. That was the 8, but
Okay. So then how are you healing her?
psychic cure.
Okay.
mentalist.
Okay. Cool. So you're just basically focusing on her, and you can see her wounds are.
And I will whisper to Kiva. The black one is Merlin. He's going to kill us all.
I'd rather not die today.
No one's killing anyone today.
Oh,
All that's been done already. No more killing. Wildonis looks around. I've done enough. And at that point, the clamoring has gotten closer through the door to the east. A bunch of soldiers come pouring in. Behind them are two young men that are armored. They have their weapons drawn. They have these stricken looks on their faces. The king at this point has moved over and seems to acknowledge Wildonis and Merlin. Seems to be aware of who they are. And he's like thanking them, and at the same time moving toward his wife. And then along with the two young men is a woman who's dressed in long, flowing white robes with symbols of Suna that are apparent on her clothing and on the amulet that she wears around her neck. And she's got this air about her of urgency as she rushes in with the boys. All of them immediately taking a defensive mode, but relaxing as they see that there's no more combat taking place and that all has quieted down. The two young men rush immediately to where the queen is being taken, dragged over, where the king is. And just as they get there, the king collapses. So I'll put them on the board so you can see the whole group of them.
I would like to do a thing when you get the chance.
Okay, what's the thing?
Oh no, just like if I see the king collapse, I'm just gonna go over there and just say like, this is why I tried to get you out of the range of that thing in the first place. You should have run like a good king and not run straight into the claws of whatever it was, or you would have ended up just like that idiot in the corner. Shields are there for a reason.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
So that's the last thing he hears as he collapses onto the ground.
Yeah.
The
Just calling him on his shit. And, heal him.
okay. The priest is rushing over there with the younger men as well. Just by the look of them, they look like they're probably royals as well. Maybe they're children, but they're young men. They're not like little boys. So all this is taking place. You got all these characters in the room at this point. There's a lot going on. So as things are starting to converge on what's happening with the king and the queen, the king's collapsed next to the queen. He's still wounded. He has several wounds upon him as he's been dragged across the damn room, by the demon werewolf, Rocher. And Wildonis approaches behind all of them and just kind of, observes what's taking place as Hildy does some healing. And you're doing some healing as well? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the priestess also kind of kneels down with you, noting that you're just kind of nodding to you. And she looks up and down. Luna, is it?
Oi, soon I see.
Ah, very well. And she begins to look after the king. Those two of you are doing that. anything you guys want to do while they're healing and
The queen looks like she's in good hands at this point. Hildy will step up onto that little dais, the steps there.
The second that she does, I'm gonna just shadow Hildy, and always just prepare an action to shove her out of the way if Merlin hurls a spell at her. If she does something to get herself killed, my action is going to just be to get her out of the way.
okay.
She is about to.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I think I know Hildy enough to know when she's being suicidal.
Not being suicidal, this is what she's devoted her life to.
Yeah. Yes, and
Unfortunately, this firebolt badly misses Merlin.
Okay.
But she does step up onto the dais and
Okay.
firebolt cantrip
Alright.
right at Merlin. But it probably hits Dakir because it was, or Lizzie. I rolled a 2. It was way off.
Threading the needle between them, making this wide right on Merlin, and it gets everybody's attention in the room.
And I yell,
You know.
I will get him!
Thank you. What are you doing? Merlin is like taken aback. What's all that violence? It's over.
She's not talking.
Ladon is also turning. Day, come down from there now. Back to her age.
Oof, that would be rough.
What's going on with your girl?
Hildy is not responding to them.
Maybe she's afflicted.
Any of the guards around here?
The guards are like the
No,
guards
the
are all
dead,
right there.
the dead
yeah.
ones. Any of them have a sword?
There's a couple of them.
All
They
right.
have actually
Pikes.
pikes,
Can I?
but they would also have swords on in scabbards.
What? When Hildegard recalls what happened with Merlin and her sister, is she saying that out? I'm trying to recall if she says it out loud or if it's like in her head.
Have you mentioned that Merlin killed your sister?
Exactly.
Out loud.
Yeah, I told you guys all from the
Making sure.
All right.
Like every
so,
time we
beginning, like every time anybody mentions Merlin.
Yeah.
so as Hildy's not responsive to his question, I'll just sort of. Well, she said you killed her sister. Her anger seems justified.
Madonna's like, what? And Merlin's just kind of, you see him kind of deflate. His shoulders kind of sag a second. It's not how you think. Is that what you're angry about, Digby?
Tell me when another round has passed.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay, firebolt.
Okay.
22.
I do. Okay, you see the shimmering field appear around Merlin, and it deflects the flight off to the wall.
All right, well, now she's definitely going to go find a sword because this isn't working.
Roll a
Make a
con save.
Plus 10.
You rolled a 10?
Yep.
Okay. Right after that happens, you feel yourself becoming immobile. And it starts in your mind. And you hear Merlin's voice tell you inside your head, and the rest of you can't hear, just be still a moment. And then he speaks verbally. Now, you guys may not know right away that she's just gone still, but she hasn't fallen or sagged or anything. She's just gone inanimate. Wodan is just now at this point moves over next to Hildy, right next to her,
Save me, Howell. He's going to kill me.
and you can't talk,
No, that was Mike.
and just stands there, looking at her, and looking back at Merlin. She doesn't know. Well, perhaps we need to explain it to her. Can you just be still a moment, Digby? I don't want to have to keep you this way all day.
Have much choice right now.
She thinks we killed her sister, but we did kill her sister. We didn't know it was her sister. She was our sister, too.
What? What?
Did we hear?
Oh wait, yeah, we know that.
Yeah, he's saying
We
it.
know
He's
that.
speaking to her out loud.
Vaguely.
She was our sister, too.
Wait. So,
Hildy, your family is too fucking complicated.
So wait, is he the other guy?
Keep it down. Johannes is like, and you hear Kevin and stay out of it. This is a family matter. I assure you, it's much better if you don't get involved with this. You tell him, Kevin. Big day. We didn't know at the time that she was our sister. She was possessed by a demon. The only way to get her freed of it, to free her soul of it, was in her passing. You must know this. You must remember this. You still strut around in this strange form of yours. You don't have to hide anymore. They know you clearly now. They know what you're after. You know what we're after. There's no more hiding. They'll be coming for you. We're doing our best to protect you, but we have to work together, Digby. We can't go on like this. Tell me. Speak to me from your mind. Can I set you free?
So,
Adonis has his hand on Hildy's shoulders, just like almost in a comforting way. But these are big, massive. He's a big fella. I mean, Merlin is more slender and smaller, but Adonis is a big, muscular figure that's much taller than him, and very Nordic looking. Very Vikya, and he's just kind of like, right next to Hildy, very close, just hands on shoulders.
So, in all the demon stuff Hildy's seen, since level 1, whatever, he's never seen possession yet. I've seen demon eat.
No, not in this. No, not since
Not in this iteration of Hildy.
Right.
So yeah, she's not buying his lies.
Okay.
My sister was too strong.
This is what you're telling him?
Yes.
And okay, so there's a moment passes of silence, and then you see him just shake his head, and he replies out loud, "You're the greater demon that took your sister Aja. She's older than you. Think how it might have affected Aini. Your younger sister, you remember her, yes?
He's still missing. I don't know what you did with her.
She's safe. She's with us. Different mothers we may be with our father. He wouldn't like the way we're carrying on like this. Listen to the voice inside your head. Listen to the voice of your father, Drogon."
So this has been pretty much Hildy's life quest, was to find Merlin and kill him. So if there is some sort of a roll for insight or
You can
something,
definitely insight. A lot of things are swirling inside your mind right now. You're thinking back to the things that happened before,
I'm trying to think of those things. I'm trying to think of everything that's happened so far.
but it's all coming like unwillingly, in some cases, to your mind. You're just dealing with a lot. So you can roll a history. You can also roll an insight on Merlin.
Well, my insight was a 16.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, history? History? What happened yesterday? I don't know what I had for breakfast.
Okay. All right.
16 insight to see if there's any chance. Obviously, he's not telling the truth, but there's any chance she might be willing to hear him out.
Well, the 16, you're not convinced, but a 16 is well over average, which sways you a little. So you can do with that as you like, giving her nature. And you also get the impression of Moira, the one that said he was your
My cousin with the bird mask.
yeah. You for some reason that image comes to your head for a moment, and you're thinking of some of the things that he said that come back to you with this role. When he said that Merlin wasn't your enemy. So that's what that role gives you, that imagery. So
I'll tell him, letting me go will earn you me listening to you, nothing more. I'll hear you out.
set yourself free, you know. You got it within you.
Come on, disbelieve the
Oh,
illusion.
if that's something, Hildy's definitely going to do that. What do I roll for that?
Roll to disbelieve.
Roll
Arcana?
an intellect. It's your intelligence plus, 20 d20 with your intellect.
Oh,
bonus.
that's sad.
So,
10 years later.
18.
So good.
18. Okay. So you realize that Merlin has the gifts, same gifts that you do, though far more powerful. You
That's what I let him think.
get the idea. You get the idea that he has the way that he is in your mind is very dominating right now, but in a passive way. So he's not like being forceful upon you. And as you think on the words that he just said, that you can, lift it yourself, you feel his presence start to withdraw. And as he slowly withdraws, whether it's from you or from him, you feel sensation come back into your body. As you do, though, you also feel the grip of Odana's on your shoulders a little bit tighter, as if he's uncertain as to how you're going to react. You have to come to your senses, girl.
So I won't cast this moment, but I will shake his hands off and step to the side, or attempt to.
Okay, and he's treating you gently. He just lifts his hands away, very powerful hands off your shoulders, and gives you freedom. He doesn't seem afraid or concerned. Neither does Merlin. The soldiers in there, just like a tennis match, watching this go back and forth between you. The young boys and the priestess are still looking over the king and the queen, who are both oddly still unconscious.
I'm going to point Ladonis in the face. Say, I don't know who you are. I'll point at Merlin and say, but we're not done. I'm going to step over by Kiva for protection.
yeah. I'll suddenly just
You know who we are, girl. Wodanis looks at you sternly. We're your brothers.
I wouldn't be quite so bold as to assume Hildy knows what's going on at any given moment.
She doesn't want to know. He
Yes.
looks at you.
Oh, I'm very aware that Hildy doesn't like to know things sometimes. That doesn't mean that she is gonna know things.
Oh, I know things. I know things about ducks and
I
rainbows.
understand what this one's saying.
I make just as much sense as fucking Hildy did earlier today, so whatever.
All right, say your piece, Merlin.
There's a reason that we're here. There's a reason that we're here now, to see you. The stakes are high.
Well, they were higher because you didn't come fast enough to save all these people.
Sadly, no. We got here as quick as we could once we realized what had happened. What
I think
was
with his
bound to
legs
happen.
that big, he could run faster.
No. There's much to tell you. There's much that you need to know. We're here mainly for you. As much as for them, but mainly for you. Because the time has come for you to understand what we're all about, and what you're all about, and what you need to do. And we need to be confident you're going to do it. Because
Well,
without you accomplishing what you're set out to do, we may fail.
Chosen one.
I'm willing to listen.
They won't talk. But for a moment, I need to see what's happening with the king and the queen here.
Oh, I'm gonna need wine.
O'Donnell looks down. You know, me too, sister. We'll have lots of loads of wine tonight. And Merlin just kind of looks at her. We have to go after Yalal. We can't let him escape. Oh, there'll be no, brother. We've got to go get him. We don't have much time. And he just kind of like sighs and shrugs it off. But as Merlin gets over to where the king and the queen are, the two boys are close next to the priestess. And Merlin leans down next to them, crouches down next to them, and looks them over, evaluating their wounds that have, for the most part, healed, but not completely. And you see him speak in a whisper to the older of the two for a few moments. And the boy is listening and listening, and then you see him tense. Then he tenses up more. And then he just looks at Merlin dead in the eye when they were looking at their parents prior to that. Just looks him dead in the eye. No, Merlin, we can't do this. And that's what we'll pick up next week. You survived the demon werewolf. Could have gone so much worse.
I wanted to go after him so bad.
I can't wait to see how we're going to justify Lizzie going with us after seeing all the bullshit we're dealing with right now.
Oh, don't you worry.
She wants revenge on us because this is only happening because we were in the room.
Oh, but you guys did well. You guys took care of business. And
Taking care of business.
I really should have rugby tackled Hildy the second that I saw a hold person equivalent cast on her, was what I was considering doing.
I almost threw my spear at Hildy when she fired the fireball. I'm like, you're gonna get us all killed right now.
Why? Howell didn't know that.
Clearly, these guys are way more powerful than us.
Someone walked in the room and just said something. He didn't really do anything.
You're in the language that demons are speaking.
There's a lot of presence, guys. Let's leave it
And his brother turned into a giant.
He walked into the room, and the big thing that was fucking us up ran out of the room like a little coward.
I thought you guys were going to go after it. I really did.
That's the real thing. It's the thing ran away from them.
They were gonna capture it.
That's where I was. I'm like, okay, cool. They're gonna pursue it now.
Doing huge hits, and this guy is just like doesn't care.
I'm like, and these two people show up, and he's like, I'm gone.
Yeah, he's awful. He's awful. Thank you all for sticking with us this evening, and we'll see what happens with Hildy and her newfound family next time.
Read the books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.
Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Adios.
Have a great time.
Buenos noches.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. This is going to be interesting.